Hey everybody, I'm Avery. You know Misha. Welcome to the Wilsey Family Farm. We're glad that you're here. It's been a little while. We've been busy with all kinds of stuff, so we got a little of this and a little of that to show you and give you some updates on what's going on. Well, we are a few steps closer to having a roof on the barn here. My dad and I have worked on this and got almost everything stripped off. What's still on there on the backside we're leaving. We ended up just fixing all the trusses here in the front that needed fixed, and we're going to do the same thing in the back. And we left the 1x up top there because they were still good. We were originally going to lay 2x down, 2x4s down all the way across as girts, and we got to this portion right here and all of these 1xs were still in really good shape, so we decided to leave them and just buy 1xs and lay down. Since the building's not in the greatest of shape, we don't want to spend a ton of money on it, so it saved us a little bit of money leaving those and using them as girts. So we ended up buying new metal to put on the roof and new ridge cap. The whole process has been kind of nothing's went real easy, so we thought if we can make something about it easy, then we might as well do that. So we got a good deal on the metal and ridge cap, so hopefully in the next few days we're going to have that finished up. Another update is we've got most all this out here cleaned up with the exception of the old house foundation and there was some old burn piles over here that had a bunch of glass and stuff like that, and then there's still a few little pieces of trash left to pick up. We're going to get those picked up. That stump is gone. That stump is gone. The stump over there is gone. Long story short, our neighbor has a Mini X, and we bartered with him to get those dug out. That saved us a lot of time, so we were happy to barter and get that done as well. Here's another update we haven't shown. We haven't shown anything about this, I don't think. Our last batch of Cornish cross broiler chickens that we were raising out to butcher, we got them out on grass in their new A-frame style chicken tractor. We used a Joel Salatin style tractor before this, and it worked well, but we wanted to try something different. Something you could stand up in, is a little easier to get them out of when it's time to butcher. So we went with this style, and so far we like it. It's been user friendly for that. It was a little bit of a challenge to build for me, but I'm not a great carpenter. I'm just kind of mediocre. So we will butcher these guys right around Thanksgiving sometime. We have never raised them this late before. This is new for us. We're kind of experimenting a little bit, so we plan to raise quite a few more next year. The state of Oklahoma will allow you to process 1,000 birds yourself and sell from the farm without any type of USDA inspection or anything like that. So we are going to try and market some birds from the farm next year and see how that does.
Right there.
Did you say it's panting?
Yeah, I guess there's a couple of them.
Yeah, it's unseasonably warm for Oklahoma. I don't know what's today, like the 15th, 14th of November, something like that?
Yeah,
14th, and it is going to be like 82 degrees today. So I saw something earlier, a memory online, that showed on this day, let's see, it was 3 years ago, that it was snowing. So what a big difference 3 years has made us here on our weather. Crazy. We are just bouncing around all over the place today. We've got all of our layers combined, well, actually that's incorrect. We don't have all of them combined. There are a few pullets still over there in that small pen that we have left out. These guys, we combined all of them, I don't know, what's that been, 2 weeks ago now probably?
Yeah.
And they are, all the Rhode Island Reds and the White Leghorns you see in there, those are young. I mean, they're not 4 months old and they're just now starting to lay good. So we're glad about that because egg sales for us have been really, really, really good here the last few weeks. We have, if we had 50 dozen right now, we could probably sell them, I would bet.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of demand, and our chickens, our older hens here, the Barred Rocks and the Buff Orpingtons you see in there, they were molting, so they are just now finally coming out of that, and that has been a blessing to get them out of that. It's a little dark in here. This is what we call our upper coop. It's what we started out with when we only had about, I don't know, what, 10 or 12 hens probably.
Yeah.
And this is our last little group of pullets that we actually ordered them a little later because we decided that we needed a few more than what we had already ordered. So we are growing this little batch out. They'll probably stay in here until the springtime whenever we're going to put them all together out on grass as soon as the grass turns green. So this is, I think there's 14 Rhode Island Reds here, and they're a little skittish still. They hadn't got used to us quite like the other ones have, but they're coming around. So we had 15 of them, and one of them was pretty weak when we got it, and it ended up not making it. And believe it or not, all of them actually turned out to be hens. We've had 2 groups now that all of them turned out to be hens. You always pay for pullets, but it never fails. You always wind up with a couple of roosters. But we've gotten lucky with both batches of layers that we've bought this year. Well, continuing on bouncing around here, this is one of the projects we're going to take on today. This is a little patch that it's about 35, 40 feet long, probably 20 feet wide, 25 feet wide. And we always plant sweet corn here in the spring, and we had such a bad spring for a garden. It was just so wet that we planted corn twice and it never did all that well. So in July we ended up planting purple hull peas, and they did mediocre. We got a lot out of only about half of them coming up, so we still had a good crop out of what we got. But we're going to come in today and mow this and get everything tilled, and we're going to spread compost and get everything ready for wintertime. This is our tomatoes that we planted in mineral tubs this year, and to say the least, we were not pleased with that. It did not do near as well as we hoped it would. We normally planted them right here, so we're going to go back to that. We're going to till that up again, spread compost. We've got that small raised bed there that we always put a few Romas in for salsa. And this whole area here, it doesn't look like it now, but in the springtime and early summer was a garden. We had all of it tilled, had worked the soil up really nice, and same thing as our corn patch down there. It was just it was hard to grow a good garden this year for us. We got, I think I've said it before, like 38 inches of rain in like a 2.5 month period there. So we did come in late in this end right here and plant sweet potatoes, and I'll include a picture in with that because we had a great crop of those, and I'm sure there's still a few out here that we missed whenever they got dug up. But we're going to go through and mow all this today, till it up, spread compost on this, till in for the winter. Boy, my knife is dull, dull, dull. I don't know what kind of sweet potato that is, but
Just what was left over.
yeah, we found one we missed. It's good. It's sweet. I don't know what kind it is, but it is good. Our plan here is to till this twice, spread our compost, and then till it again, till the compost in. So this end down here where we had the sweet potatoes at, we used some type of pine bark mulch, and it did really, really good. The soil is a lot more it broke up a lot easier, it's a lot looser. We used I don't even know what type of mulch it was down on that end, and it was quite a bit harder. So if you don't have Bermuda grass in whatever part of the world you're in, that end down there we fight it a lot, and that Bermuda grass has long runners and it will take over really quick. It's hard to control once it starts. We don't spray any glyphosate or anything like that on the garden, so it's a challenge sometimes to keep that out, and that contributes some to it being as hard to till as it is, because that stuff, I think you could probably pour it out on these cinder blocks here and it would grow. Rooster. This is the mulch that we put down on the end with the sweet potatoes that, hi Brownie, hi baby, that we put down here on the end with the sweet potatoes that tilled up really easy. It's something we bought at Lowe's. It's a pine bark something, but you can see what it is. It's not traditional looking mulch. I can't really find anywhere around here local to us to buy mulch in bulk. I have called several different places and looked online, and nobody seems to have any around here. You can find where they're clearing right-of-ways and stuff and get that, but it's pretty coarse, and I guess it would be fine. I don't know. This is our first year experimenting with mulch, so we're learning trial by fire here.
What you doing?
Checking on dinner. A little smoked brisket action going on here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah? That sounds like it's gonna be good.
I sure hope so. It's getting there. It's got a long ways to go. Well, it's a little rough looking, but all the compost is spread and these two garden spots are done. That one down there where we normally plant corn is, we still got to do it. I don't know if we'll get to it today or not, but our compost, if you're wondering, is just chicken litter, chicken bedding out of both of our coops. And we let it compost for about a year. Some of it was a little bit newer than that, but by the time we plant in the spring, it should be okay and not too hot. Hot as in ammonia content. So hopefully it'll make us some good soil. Misha and I both love to work in the garden, so we're hoping this year is a little bit better than last year as far as the opportunity to be able to have a good garden. Good conditions, I should say. Well, I just realized that a couple of videos back I made a comment about a project tractor that we had bought that we were going to try to bring home in the week following that video being posted, and long story short, it took us longer than a week to get it because schedules didn't align and just a whole mess. But nonetheless, it's home now, and I'm going to give you its debut. Here she is, a 1959 International 660 diesel. It's got the D282 in it that is locked up tight, but that's beside the point. We got it and these two little Cub Cadets from a friend of ours that had them, and we hoping we can get it freed up here pretty quickly, easily. High hopes of that. Get it freed up and get it started. So it's a pretty neat tractor. I've never really been around too many Wheatland style tractors. They weren't real common around here, but we just almost landed on that whenever it rolled off the trailer. Anyway, just not a ton of Wheatlands around here, so it's pretty neat to see this. Not a lot of 660s left in general, but this one is in overall pretty good shape, complete. It's got foot operated TA. I thought that was pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. But it is locked up tight. I haven't really done anything to it since we've got it. We just piddled with it a little bit, but it came with a semi-better tire to put on it. Excuse me. So I'll put that tire on and get a couple of front tires for it. Try to get it back upright and get it freed up and see what happens. Hopefully we can get it running pretty easy. You know how those things go sometimes. I do have the exhaust pipe muffler for it, and just not on there. We took it off and we hauled it just because it was loose, didn't want it blowing off. So I don't know when the last time it ran was. The guy we bought it from thought around 2009, 2010. So we will see. You didn't think I'd forget to show the Cub Cadets, did you? I will admit, I don't know much about Cub Cadets. I've never had a ton of interest in them, I guess, but they were part of the deal. They came with the tractor. We had to take the Cub Cadets also. So this is a 147. I've got the deck for it over here. It's in pretty good shape. I have the grill. I've got pretty much everything for it. He said it ran and mowed. He mowed with it. It needs a front crankshaft seal, I know that. And this is a Cub Cadet Original, I believe is what they call it. I have no idea what year either of them are. This one, he said he had it running also. He'd mowed with it too. So I don't know what it'll take to get them going. That's something else we'll piddle with and see what we can do. Well, that concludes our day of this and that. We're pretty much done with everything we're going to do today. So we're going to let the brisket finish cooking and enjoy some barbecue later on this evening. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.